If you clicked on this video, it's because you want to start making passive income. In just a second, I'm going to share with you the 5 best passive income streams that can earn you $30,000 a month. And in reality, you can even take each of these passive income streams and take them to the next level and make even more than that. But why should you listen to a random guy with 1,000 subscribers in the first place? You've probably never seen my face before. Well, I personally went from being broke, depressed, just a couple years ago, to now running a profitable online business and loving my life. Passive income source number 1, selling online courses. Online courses are great because unlike with a physical product, you don't need to manufacture it. It's not physical, it's intangible. You also don't need to worry about shipping it to your customers all over the world. So not only does it take time to manufacture a physical product and to ship it, but it's also costly. So with any kind of digital product, whether it be an online course, an ebook, even a song, your profit margins are going to be a lot higher because, like I said, you don't have to deal with those type of costs. And once you build the online course, you can sell it for years. Now at first glance, it might seem like it's the perfect business model, but there is a major downside. It's very difficult to get people to notice your online course and to actually want to spend the money on it. You've got to understand that in today's age, and especially in the business world, attention is the new currency. You could be selling a life-changing product or service, but if no one is aware that you exist, that your company exists, you won't make a single penny. That is the sad truth. That is why nowadays, to make a lot of money, it's more about being popular, about grabbing people's attention, than it is about producing high-quality products or services. Just think about all the big companies, the big corporations who just sell mediocre products, who just break in like a week. Yet they make billions of dollars. Now I'm not saying that you should neglect quality, because if you do, it will completely destroy your reputation. You should always do your best to make your product or service the best possible solution for your customers. Otherwise, they will simply go look elsewhere. So the hardest part when selling an online course, it's getting eyeballs in front of your offer, acquiring new customers. Now there are a few ways that you can go about getting traffic for your online course. You can use paid advertising, which if you're just starting out, I absolutely don't recommend, because making an ad work, it takes a lot of trial, a lot of error, a lot of testing, and guess what? All of that requires a lot of money. Then there's organic marketing, which would be writing blog articles, making content on social media like this video for instance, and that is great because you can acquire customers. The downside is that, like I said, building an audience of loyal, dedicated fans, of people who want to buy your products, it takes a long time, it takes years. Or the other path that you can take is to leverage the existing audience of platforms like Skillshare or Udemy, because if you simply put your online course on those platforms, you'll make a bit less money for sure. You won't be able to totally control the price. However, you'll benefit from the customers which are already on the platform. And remember, the most difficult part is to get people to notice what you have to offer. Otherwise, business would be too easy. Now, if you truly want to make your online course as passive as possible, you will need to create it on a subject which is evergreen. To give you an example, if you make an online course on some tech-related stuff, you would need to constantly update it, because everything which is related to the web, to the internet, to coding, these things move fast. It's an industry which is in constant evolution. If you have step-by-step tutorials, for instance, to show people how to use a specific extension, for instance, at the slightest update, then now you need to remake that module. Evergreen topics would be something like yoga, cooking, personal development, stress management, quitting addictions, things like that. Passive income source number 2, stock market dividends. This is by far the most passive source of income you're going to find. Because let's be honest, creating a valuable product or service that people are going to be eager to buy, it's actually a very tough thing to do. There's a reason why most businesses fail. However, if you invest every month in the stock market for decades, all of your life, you're pretty much guaranteed to end up with a much larger sum of money by the end of it. Let's do a quick simulation together. If you were to invest $100 a month in the stock market with an initial payment of $1,000, and let's say you get a 10% average return on your investment every year, and it's not even crazy to aim for that because 10% is the average historical stock market return on investment per year. In 60 years, you would end up with close to $4 million, and all you had to do is to save up some money, invest it every month in the stock market. Now imagine how much you'd have if you invested more. Now that's great and all, but that's the slow path to becoming wealthy. And if you're like me, you want to enjoy your wealth while you are still young, because let's face it, your youth is the best part of your life. So now is the time to actually take advantage of it and enjoy your life fully. It's not my goal personally to be the richest of the graveyard. That is a pointless game to play. I can guarantee that every billionaire, they would gladly exchange half of their wealth to be 20 years younger. That goes to show you that what's more valuable in life than money, it's your time. So if you can get wealthy at a young age, it's even better. Now the thing that you need to realize is that the stock market is great at making rich people richer. However, it's not so great at making the average person, the middle class earner, or the low income person into a 6 or 7 figure earner. Why? Well, because like we've seen it with the simulation, it would take you your entire life to get close to having $4 million in your bank account. And with inflation, $4 million in 60 years, it's not going to hold the same value as it does today. And the more money you have, the easier it is to make more money, because now you have access to more leverage. You can invest it in the stock market, and the more you invest, the more you'll make, or you can build better businesses, hire people, delegate, and harness the skills and talents of other people. That is why in business, typically, we say that getting from $0 to $10,000 a month is the hardest part, but going from $10,000 a month to $100,000 a month is much easier. The reason being, now you have some capital to leverage, and that is insanely powerful. And honestly, I didn't get to where I am today by investing in the stock market for 60 years. Like, that would be impossible, I'm only 21. What I did instead is that I started my own online business. Because sure, I could have tried to get a job and be a banker, be a real estate agent, but to earn 6 or 7 figures would have required decades of slave-like hours. To make your way into the C-suite, like CEO, CFO, COO, or to become a highly paid employee, first you would need to be in the right location. Like I often say, a lawyer in New York City will have many more opportunities than a lawyer in a small town in India. The difference is night and day. And then you might get to 6 figures a year, hell, 7 figures a year, but you'd be working all of the time. You'd be putting in 90-hour work weeks. So what's the point of having all that money if you don't even get to enjoy your life and spend it however you please? So from a young age, I understood I not only needed the money, but I also needed the freedom. So if you're interested in starting your own online business, but you have no clue what to do, I have recorded a free video in which I'm going to analyze every popular online business model. Together, we'll take a look at the pros, at the cons, and I'm also going to share with you for completely free the step-by-step process that you can use to start your business today and to get your first customers as quickly as possible. The link is in the description below. Passive income source 3, YouTube automation. Now let's face it, becoming a public figure, building a personal brand is not made for everyone. A lot of people are simply too shy to build a brand around their own person, or they simply don't want to have to deal with the many constraints that come with being in the public eye. Just imagine Justin Bieber whenever he has to go outside. There's literally crowds forming around him. The guy has no peace. And sure, you might not end up as famous as he is, but when you start to have 1 million followers on YouTube, trust me, you'll get noticed at some point in the streets. So while it allows you to impact millions of people, to make millions of dollars, and to overall achieve things that would have been otherwise impossible, it also takes away a big part of your peace of mind. And not everyone is ready to make that sacrifice. Now, YouTube alongside with TikTok is probably the hottest social media platform at the moment, so you need to take advantage of it. YouTube has over 2.70 billion active users every month. That's literally 1/4 of the world's population. And unlike Facebook, which has more daily active users than YouTube at the moment, on YouTube, people grow attached to the creator. They spend more time because they watch longer videos. So conversion rates, meaning someone who goes from being a simple visitor, a viewer, to actually being a customer, are much higher. The more time a person spends learning about your product, about your company, becoming more familiar with you and your business, the higher the chances of them becoming a paying client at some point. So what is YouTube automation? Some people also call this having a cash cow YouTube channel, but it's basically when you decide to create a faceless channel, meaning you don't need to show your face, and you start to make some videos and you essentially turn it into a business. Just think about all the news channels, the unboxing channels, the cooking channels where they don't show their face, or even the compilation channels that you see when you scroll down on your homepage. Now, the more views they are getting, the more money they earn. A lot of people think that it's about how many subscribers you have. In reality, subscribers do matter, but views matter even more. Because if you've got 1 million subscribers, you get 10 views a month. I mean, you're not going to make any money, are you? Now, the big advantage that YouTube automation has over other side hustles or businesses is that it can become extremely passive because you can delegate every part of the process, and that is why it falls within the passive income sources. You can pay freelancers all the way from writing the script to literally uploading the video on YouTube. Now, there are 2 metrics that you need to understand if you're going to do YouTube automation: CPM and RPM. CPM means cost per mile. It's how much advertisers are willing to pay per 1,000 views. And in reality, it's per 1,000 views which are monetized, because some people use adblock, for instance, so that view doesn't count. And then the RPM is what you, the creator, get to keep, because YouTube AdSense is divided between you and between YouTube. YouTube is going to keep 45% of the money and will give you the remaining 55%. So CPM is essentially how much you made, it's gross volume, and RPM is essentially net volume. It's how much you get to keep. Now, you're not limited to YouTube AdSense when you have a YouTube channel, whether it be a personal brand or even a faceless channel. You can sell merch, products, coaching, services, and many more things. Passive income source 4, real estate rental units. Another good way to earn passive income is to rent apartments or homes to people. Investing in real estate or in the stock market are sure investments, because you know that in 50 years, people will still need a roof over their heads, and companies will still need money from investors to fund the growth and development of their activities. Now, I would honestly advise that before you actually invest into something, you do your your research on the topic, because plenty of people say, oh, you shouldn't invest, it's risky to invest. The only time it's risky is when you have no clue what the hell you're doing, and the reason being, you didn't do your research. And then of course you want to invest in things that have been around for a long time and that will continue to be around for a long time, like real estate or the stock market. Because while you can invest in the new NFT that got viral last week, chances are you're going to lose everything. Something which can gain tremendous value overnight can also completely plummet down and lose all of its value literally overnight. I mean, Justin Bieber invested in some teary-eyed NFT for $1.3 million and he lost everything because it lost 95% of its original value. Now you can list your apartment or your home on platforms like Airbnb or Booking, and you can even automate the process as much as possible. You can use smart locks so that customers are able to self-check in and you don't have to physically be present and hand them the keys. Because when you want to scale a business or make passive income, you need to be able to remove yourself from the entire process as much as possible. The reason being, you only have so much energy and so much time in a given day. You can't do everything yourself. And that is why allowing your tenants the possibility to self-check in is a great idea. Now you can also rent to people who are looking for a long-term place to stay. It doesn't have to be only short-term oriented. And you can even acquire real estate properties essentially for free by going to the bank, taking out a loan, and then having a tenant who is going to pay you rent, and that rent is going to cover up the monthly cost of the loan that you took out, plus earn you a bit of extra money, which will allow you to expand and even acquire more properties. Passive income source number 5, affiliate marketing. The main advantage with affiliate marketing is that you don't need to waste months, years of your time doing market research, trying to figure out what people want, what people are interested in, and then coming up with a valuable product or service and delivering it, handling customer support. That's a lot of work. Instead, you will simply be promoting another business's products or services for them. To put it simply, your job is to help another business owner get more leads and customers for their own business. And how they repay you is by giving you a commission on each successful transaction. So to give you a concrete example, let's say that you promote an online course. It costs $2,000 and you get a 10% commission. This means that every time a customer makes a purchase using your affiliate link, or let's say your promo code, you'll earn 10% of $2,000, which would be $200. If 10 people buy from you every month, that's an extra $2,000 a month for your business. Now, how do you actually get traffic? How do you promote those products or services? The first option is to use paid advertising, but again, I highly discourage you from it. And the best way is to use organic marketing, to either write blog articles, and if you think that blogs are dead, well, people are searching for things on Google daily. So inevitably, when they search for something, they stumble upon a website. Or you can also record videos, post them on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram to attract more attention. Now, the downside of this business model is that you will make less money than if you were to sell your own products or services, simply because you only get 10% on every sale. So if you want to make a nice passive income with just a few customers, you would need to be promoting high-ticket products. Now, if you truly want to get to other levels of wealth, you want to scale to 6 or 7 figures a year, you want to start your own online business but you have no clue where to start, I have recorded a free video, like I said, the link is in the description below, and I'm waiting for you on the other side.